What's going on, Straight Talk About Life listeners? I appreciate you for joining me on today. If you're listening to me over on the Feel the Beat web radio station, thank you so much for getting up so early in the morning to catch me. I appreciate your support. It means so much. Also, if you're listening to me on any of the other platforms, and I just want to say thank you. You pressed that play button, took a chance, and I hope I say something that will either resonate with you, motivate you, uplift, encourage you, or maybe it's something that you think someone else should hear. You could just share my content, and I appreciate it all. So today has been a really good day. I, even if negativity is around me, I still make the most of my day. I try to remain positive as possible and weave out all the negativity. I try not to be around negative people, although sometimes it's hard to not be around them. But when I can, I do remove myself from the situation. And I choose my battles. I decide what I want to entertain and what I don't want to entertain. So if you're in a similar situation, and let's just say you're at work and you have to work with certain people, or maybe it's your boss that's negative. Try to make the most of your day. Try to remain as possible as positive. When you feel like they're coming at you, they're trying to provoke you, trying to push your buttons, go to that positive space that you know oh so well. You can meditate, you can go for a walk, take an early lunch break, just go for a walk. Get in your car, sit in your car, go for a drive. Do whatever it takes to maintain your peace because I tell you, negativity will try to run you down. It will follow you, especially if you're a work in progress. If you're working on yourself and you're trying to remain positive, that negativity, it seems like it's always just sitting right there waiting on the sidelines, just waiting. But I think, and in my opinion, I feel like that is a test to see how strong you really are or if you're really working on yourself. You know, it's really easy to sit and say that you're working on yourself, to just say it because it sounds good, sounds like what people want to hear, right? But if you're really getting dirty, if you're really doing the work, it will show. It will show. Someone's coming at you being aggressive and rude. How are you going to handle that situation? Are you going to get with them and tell them a piece of your mind and how you feel? Or are you just going to go silent and not say anything because you don't want to entertain that negativity in that moment? I think whenever the opportunity presents itself, we should choose that second option. Try to stay silent, walk away, run, do whatever you need to do to get away from that because we don't have time for that in this season of our lives, right? We don't have time for the negative energies, the negative vibrations. We don't have time for any of that because we're all trying to evolve and become our higher self. And no matter where you are on this journey right now, just know that you got this. If you're at the beginning stages, if you're in the middle, or at the end, it doesn't matter as long as you're on the journey, as long as you're doing the work, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. That's all that's required of you. And like I always say, I don't know everything. I only know some things. And I know what the Most High gives me to speak about. Because anytime I'm speaking to anyone in an intimate setting or podcast or whatever the situation, I always ask for guidance. I don't go off of my own understanding because I don't know everything. I'm striving to understand a lot of things because there's so much that I still have to learn. But hey, I'm up for it. I'm ready. I'm determined. No matter what life throws at me, I'm becoming my better self. And in doing so, this is going to push me to the next level. Whatever my purpose is, wherever I'm supposed to be in life, and whatever I'm supposed to be doing according to the Most High, that's where I'm going to be. So I remember the older people used to say, you have to crawl before you walk. That's the same scenario on your spiritual journey. You have to crawl before you walk. You can't just start out knowing everything. All of the information is not going to just come to you at once. There's stages to this. And you have to make sure you're doing the work. So if that's making your relationship stronger with the Most High, if that's motivating yourself or someone else, if that's meditating, doing whatever you need to do to clear your mind and to get in that positive space so that you can be open to receive the information that's going to be given to you. Took me a while to get here, but I showed up and I'm ready. I am ready because I know that I have a greater purpose in this life. And there's someone else out there that's needing my services. They're needing to hear words of encouragement. They're needing to hear my background story, my testimony, because I have one. I have a marvelous testimony. And I just want anyone to know that's in the sound of my voice that no matter where you come from and no matter what situation you're in right now, things are going to get better. And the Most High has your back. It may seem like in the moment that you're alone, no one has your back. You may not even understand why you're going through the things that you're going through. But I promise you, everything that we go through is for a reason. It's to teach you things. Everything is a lesson. All of the people that you come in contact with, all of the people that you meet on a daily basis are coming into your life for a reason. All of them are not meant to stay with you. That's where we have to have a greater understanding that sometimes we meet people and no matter how much we want to hold on to them, they're not meant to go with you into your next season. And you have to be okay with letting people go. See, years ago, you couldn't have told me this information that I just said because I was that person that wanted to just hold on to everyone. Just hold on to people. Even the ones that hurt me and the ones that I knew were not supposed to be in my life. Yeah, I was guilty of holding on to people and questioning myself, just questioning the universe, like, why is this person switching up on me all of a sudden? Why is this person leaving my life and I didn't do anything to them? Why is this person being so negative when I'm trying to be positive all the time? Then I had to eventually realize and come to the conclusion that some of those people were not supposed to go with me into my next season, and vice versa. I was not supposed to go with them into their next season. You know, we're all on this journey and we have our separate paths that was already laid out for us before we got here. So it's up to us to do the work and actually get on the right path and do what we're supposed to be doing. It's not going to come to everybody at the same time. But that's where you search your inner self and try to get in there and figure out, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing in this life? Who am I supposed to be helping? Because we can't be selfish. We have to help other people. And if that's help them physically or emotionally, you're supposed to be helping other people. And when you go through things and come out on top, that is your testimony. You're supposed to reach out and help someone else. Someone that you know is going through the same thing that you went through. Or maybe just sometimes Spirit has a way of guiding you to people, guiding you to certain people at the right time with the right message. Just like I'm here right now. This episode is not for everyone. I was supposed to be here right now at this time speaking about what I'm speaking about because someone that's listening to me right now needed to hear some of this. Maybe you lost hope and you feel like you don't really know how to pick yourself back up. You don't know what to do. You're lost. Maybe you don't have anyone. You don't have support. You're not going to put your business out there. You're not going to ask anyone about anything. So you're trying to figure it out. And for some reason, you pressed that play button today and you ran into me, and I'm speaking about what I'm speaking about right now. If I'm talking to you, if this message is touching you, then you were supposed to be here right now listening to me. Whether you're listening to me now or 5 years from now. Because these recordings are going to be around, and someone may run into this podcast, press play on this episode, And here I am telling you to keep going and don't give up no matter what's going on in your life. No matter how many times you fall off track, because nobody's perfect. We fall off track sometimes. No matter how many times you fall off track, you can always get back up. Dust yourself off and start over. Clean slate. But you have to believe that. If you're confused and you don't think so, or you think it may work and all that kind of stuff, then it's not going to work for you. But if you know that if you fall off track and you jump back on and start over, pick up the pieces of your life, keep moving, hold your head up, then things are going to work out for you. Brighter days are coming. They're coming. I just want you to always have faith and believe that better days are coming. You may not be where you want to be in life. You may not have the things that you want in life. Financially, your education, relationships, familyships, friendships. You may not be where you want to be. But if you do the work, do the inner work, and work on yourself, I promise you, life will begin to be so much better for you. There may be some days when you have to be alone, turn your phone off. Don't answer the phone. Don't entertain it. Don't get on social media scrolling. Don't accept company. You may need to just be by yourself for a little while until you figure things out. Till you work on yourself. Till you decide where your life is going and what you need to do. And most of all, figure out your purpose, because we all have a purpose in this life. All of us have a purpose. You have to figure out what yours is. You can't get in anyone else's lane because your mother is in this lane, so you're going to jump over in the lane with her. Or maybe your aunt is in that other lane, so that looks good, so you're going to go jump in her lane. That is not how the world works. And I know sometimes we get caught up in people pleasing and trying to do things to please our families and do what they think we should be doing. But hey, it's time out for that. It's time out for that because we all have to live our own lives for ourselves. God forbid something happened to one of those family members that want you to be doing this, and then now you're stuck. You're lost. You're lost. When they're gone, you're lost because now you don't know what to do and where to go. Trust me, I've been there. We put so much confidence in other people and trying to please them and live up to their expectations on what we need to be doing. But at the end of the day, we have to live for ourselves. You'll be the one waking up feeling empty every morning, going to bed feeling empty at night, feeling like there's a greater purpose, but you just don't know what to do. You're lost. Stop living for other people. Start today. Live for yourself. As long as you're being positive and you're doing positive things, do it. Do it Do whatever you want to do. If there's a particular job that you want to go after, and there's a certain level of education that you need for that job, go for it. They have online classes, so there's no excuse. I remember I used to always make the excuse, well, I'm working so many hours a day and I have children, so man, I can't go sit in the classroom at night, in which I did it for 2 years. But I used to psych myself out and say, I can't do it. I don't have a babysitter. Um, my children are involved in all kind of activities. I'm a manager, so I have to work late sometimes. So I just don't have time to do anything. I'll just put college off to next year. Now look, there's so many opportunities online. You have online classes. All you have to do is pick up your computer, get online and research schools, research certain careers, research certain degrees, whatever you want to do. You can earn that degree in your own time. So now you don't have an excuse that you don't have time to go sit in a classroom, or you're working. You may not have a babysitter. All of those excuses have been eliminated. So I said all that to say it's time out for excuses. If there's something that you want to do, go for it. Hey, I'm pushing you. Go for it. Go for your dreams. Life is so short. You don't want to get to 40, 50, 60 years old and then be living with regrets, just sitting back, wishing that you would have done so many things, wishing that you would have went for your goals. Do it. If you jump into it and it's something that doesn't feel good, you don't like it, you can always stop. But I'm going to tell you something that I used to tell my daughters all the time. I know they used to get tired of me saying it, but hey, I had to push them. Don't use the word can't. If you start doing something, finish it. If it gets hard, don't run away. It's easy for us to run off when things are hard if we feel like we're not good at something, or we feel like we're not pleasing people or living up to certain expectations or whatever. Hang on. And I speak about this often because, of course, I'm happy. I'm not bragging, but I went from having an associate's degree all the way to working on my master's right now. Imagine where I would have been if I would have still been at my job saying, I don't have time. I'm working all these hours. My children are involved in things. I have to go home and cook. I don't want to go sit in the classroom. I'm just not going to do it. I'll just keep putting it off. Imagine where I would be right now if I would have gave in to that negativity that I was feeding myself. I didn't know where this education thing was going to take me. Okay, I did not know. And I tell you this, I did not plan on getting a master's degree. I was like, okay, I'm going to get my associates and then I'll get my bachelor's and then I'm done. But it was put in my spirit to keep going. Keep going. I'm not going to get emotional today. Keep going. Never give up. Never, never, never. Especially if you had people doubting you, talking bad about you, not believing in you, not supporting you. If you don't have any of that, support yourself. Believe in yourself. Don't give up. Don't start something and if it gets tough, you just quit. You're not a quitter. You were not put here to quit. You were put here with a purpose. And whatever that purpose is, I'm sure it's great. So go for your goals and do anything in this life that you want to do. Don't let anyone psych you out or push their insecurities on you, their negativity, their jealousy. Don't let anyone push that on you. Make you happy. Make sure you're happy and you're fulfilled every day. Make sure that when you wake up in the morning, you have a smile on your face and you're just excited about life. Even if things are not going so well, still wake up with that attitude. Because I promise you, whatever you put out in the universe is going to come back. Put out that positivity. Put out that happiness. Put out that great energy and that smile and just the thirst for life, thirst for knowledge, the will to want to do better and to become your higher self. Put all of that energy out there. And the rewards are going to be so great. It's not going to come when you want it to come, but it's coming. Just believe, hang on, have faith, and know that things are going to work out in your favor. Especially if you're surrounded by negative people, negative energy. All of that negativity is attacking you for a reason. It's attacking you because your reward is right around the corner and you don't even know it. It's so close. It's right around the corner. Don't you dare throw in the towel and give up. Go for your goals and whatever you want to do. Hold your head up and keep that smile. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and end today's podcast. Once again, I want to thank everyone for joining me, for listening to me, and hopefully I said something that will motivate, uplift, and encourage you. If you love what you heard and you think someone else can benefit from it, please share. Stay positive. No matter if people around you make fun of you or don't like you being positive, still do it anyway. Because that positive energy is going to come right back to you. And you're going to have a great life. I want you to know that you are loved. You're special. Always hold your head up and go for your goals. And know that everything is going to be all right. You have a great day, guys.